What's going on YouTube? Today we're going to be reacting to a video from Zlaner. That's right, inside the mind of Zlaner. And I'm sure a lot of us want to know what's going on inside the mind of this guy, right? So let's crack on with the video.
What is up YouTube? Welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to be talking about how to improve your gameplay at
Aimbot?
Warzone. I get a lot of questions, people coming to the chat asking me for my settings and different type of stuff, which we just made a video on, settings in class.
So let's talk about the settings for a quick second. First of all, what you want to do is have your aimbot field of view very small. Have your smoothness a little bit higher than the usual. Have your speed low down. This way it will look just like what we say is rotational aim assist.
That's what I used just the other day, if you guys want to check that one.
I'm 12 seconds into this and I've already made 2 aimbot jokes. So let's take it a little bit more serious now, okay? Right?
Now,
let's go.
Pop up here somewhere on the screen for you. You can click on that, go check that one out. But I also have people asking me what the mindset is. You know, what are you thinking when you're playing the game? What is it that what's going through your head?
Don't get caught. Don't get caught. Don't get caught. Don't look at my left monitor. Oh, I've done it. Damn. Don't do it again. On me. There are plenty of things going through this guy's mind while he's playing the game. My aimbot, my aimlock, my freaking aim assist.
And honestly, folks, it's got me thinking. I kind of want to noodle around with maybe trying to start a new series here on the channel where we maybe do like an inside the mind of Zlaner style thing, or like a Warzone 101 style thing where we talk about, you know, maybe I play solo gameplays and we break down, you know, all the kills and what we're doing. You're going to see some of that in today's clips.
Sounds interesting, right? And this is something that a lot of top streamers will do. They will try and educate their audience because, let's face it, why do you watch a streamer who is far better than you, if not to learn how to play better at the game, right? So obviously it would be a great video series for this guy at the time. Bear in mind, this was posted over a year ago on his YouTube channel, guys. So this is Zlaner over a year ago, trying to get his community involved in his play style. Let's skip forward a little bit and see if we can get to some of this gameplay.
Has gotten me better in Warzone, thanks, dude.
The origin, bro. The origin. I almost died to this guy because he has that gun. Should I use this gun, chat? Should I just use it? Forget. I'm gonna use it this game. Show you how stupid this gun is. Okay, look. Here's where the origin shines, chat. Ready? Ready? I don't know if you're ready for this. This is where the origin shines, baby.
Slow motion.
And has gotten me better in Warzone, thanks, dude.
The origin, bro.
I've never understood that gun. It takes about 5 or 6 shots. Yes, it does flabbergast the opponent, but at the same time, it's not really that good of a gun. Unless you're a camper. If you're camping in a corner of a room, you get the first 2 or 3 shots off, fair enough. But I'm still yet to see what's going on inside the mind of Zlaner during this video, right? Let's continue on.
Yeah.
Oh. So at that point, he's, you know, inside his mind, he's like, I want to be Doc. Please be like Doc. I wish I was Doc. Disrespect. Yeah.
You'd go farther in the tourney if not. You would do a tourney.
What up, baby? You didn't expect me to come through the window, did you? You didn't expect me to pull out.
What? Is this guy on the UAV? Yeah, alright. Okay, that was weird.
Baby? You didn't expect me to come through the
weird.
Window, did you? You didn't expect me to pull out the smooth moves on you, did you? Huh? Where are you?
Smooth moves, mate.
Sorry. Holy fuck, you just fried me.
It's all going off here. You've got him singing whilst getting down, and he's got notification voice coming through on his chat.
Again, let me get to a few of these noties, guys. I just want to miss these. Evan, thank you for the
and he's still running somebody else's gun.
Thank you, guys. Matthew with 100 as well. Appreciate it. How did you get so good at it?
I'm not sure, like, if this is this even inside the mind? Is this any different to what he would normally put out? as content other than the title and the introduction to the video at the moment. It doesn't seem so. The only difference I can see in this is the fact that he's a little bit more engaging with his chat. He's a little bit more talkative than, you know, just his regular, more recently, you know, sheesh, and let's go, turn me up, Doc.
Great question. And I appreciate.
But that's still yet to come, maybe.
I'm good at aiming. Thank you. How does anyone get good at anything? I'm not trying to get cheesy here. I'm not trying to make it any more, any more layers to this than there is, because there really isn't much layers to how you get good at aiming in this game. I have played Call of Duty since I was about. Call of Duty. I was like 6 years old, I think, when I started playing that game. 6 or 7. I'm 22 now, so all right, I do the math. I don't know. I don't know how old I was. I was like somewhere around there, 6 or 7. The controller is now second nature within my hands. It feels like another.
This is a guy who was keyboard and mouse on Fortnite, talking about the controller being second nature in his hands, talking about how do you get good at aiming. It seemed like a very simple question from someone in his chat asking, how do you get good at aiming in this game? But he couldn't just give a simple answer. What? Feel for the aim assist, let the aim assist kick in and use that to your advantage. Simple answers, but instead he beats around the bush, goes straight into the history of why he's so good with controller, and then what? Like, is he trying to cover something up here? I mean, I don't know. Is he trying to cover something up? People asking about his aim, not accusing him of aimbot or anything like that. Just asking him, how do you get good at aiming? For $30 a month, you can get good at aiming too.
Part of my body. I feel like it's just one of those things, just like anyone. Just like you go ask anyone. You go ask why. You ask, you know. Do not think I'm freaking calling myself the Michael Jordan of Call of Duty when I say this, but I'm just saying this as an example. You take Michael Jordan, you ask him, why does the basketball feel so good in his hands? You ask Jimi Hendrix, why is it...
He goes on about Michael Jordan at this stage. More recently, it's the LeBron James of Warzone. Now, back then it was Michael Jordan, but either way, he's already talking about ask anyone, ask anybody, like he's like throwing the question away from himself at this point. Answer the question, Z. People are asking you the question, they want your answer. It's that simple. How hard can it be? I am just good. I got better over time. I practiced hard. I learned how aim assist works. I take full advantage of aim assist. These are simple answers. How do you do that, see? Well, this is how I learned. I done trial and error. I tried this, I tried that. I found the settings that were perfect for me. No, not this guy. This guy starts talking about basketball, Michael Jordan, talking about other people, but he still hasn't answered the question.
The guitar feels so good in his hands. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because
they're talking about guitars.
That's what they do. That's what they do. That's what they know. That's what they love. And I'm telling you, any of you here in the chat, if you enjoy Call of Duty, you like this game, know this and hear this right now. If anyone ever tells you that there's some kind of sensitivity or there's some kind of this or that you're not doing right, and that's why you're not good at the game, do not listen to them. Play the game as much as you can. If you could play an hour a day, if you could play 5 hours a day, however it may be, if I'm dead here. Listen, play as much as you can, because there's nothing more.
So basically, just playing a game 8 hours a day is the key to having good aim. 8 hours a day. Turn me up, Doc!
Important than just actual experience, hand-on experience. Play the game. That's how you get good. That is how you get good.
Not gonna lie, I miss the old gulag. I do.
Listen. Here's how you get good. You play the game. Here's one legitimate tip I could give.
He's still trying to answer this question, by the way.
Play the game casually. But if you're sitting around and you want to get better at the game, then here's what you got to do. When you play a gaming session, you need to lock in. Just like you're doing anything else, playing sports, whatever. You need to lock in and you need to figure out what you're doing wrong. When you're playing the game, every gunfight you get into, when you win one, what did you do good? When you lose one, how did I mess that gunfight up? Break it down. Don't just say I died because of aimbot and hacks and lag. Don't blame it on shit. Yes, that happens. I get it. And when it happens,
Don't blame it on aimbot, but hey, listen, this was probably long before the large content creators were more than happy to speak out about there being a cheating problem in the game, right? But now we know the cheating problem was so large back then, especially around the time Zlaner put out this video. But don't blame aimbot. So already, when asked about his aim, we're already about, what, 4 or 5 minutes into him trying to answer this question. He's brought up musicians, pro sportsmen like Michael Jordan. He's talked about other people and how everybody is good with aim who plays the game and how it's what they do for a living. But this guy used to be a singer. He tried to compete in some sort of singing contest in Canada, and that was what he did for a living. Then he switched to being a streamer on Fortnite. When Warzone come out, then he put his time into that. So it's only really Warzone where Zlaner has put the time in. And yet, we are now 2 years on, and do we still know the answer to that question that somebody asked 5 minutes ago? Jesus.
Yeah, okay, throw your controller out the window. I'll do the same, okay? We all hate hackers, but most of the time, I'm telling you, it's not hackers.
We
okay?
do.
I'm telling you. Most people, they think it is. They think it's that. Just play the game. When you die, you die. Figure out what you could have done better and just work on that shit. That's all you got to do. That's it.
Most of the time, it's not hackers. Oh,
when you die, you die.
Lo and behold, the massive cheating problem that is Call of Duty Warzone.
That's it.
And still hasn't answered the question about how he's so good at aiming.
Oh, baby, baby, get out of my game.
I just can't get my head around that. Do you know what? I just want to stop for a second and talk about this. He was asked how he is so good at aiming. And after all the deflection that he used about sports personnel, about musicians and whatnot, he then goes on to say about how most people will say, oh, this guy was cheating if they lose in a gunfight. And basically defends that there aren't any cheaters in the game. Now, back then, I knew there was hundreds of thousands of cheaters in Call of Duty Warzone. Majority of my subscriber base knew that. And people were talking about it quite widely at the time. So is that also a defense mechanism? Is he deflecting, stating that it is probably that they're using a better gun or they're just better or play longer on the game than you? What does that sound like? Does that sound like the same excuses that get used when he himself gets accused of cheating or anybody else at the large level gets accused of cheating? You're just a bot. We're just better. We play 8 hours a day. There aren't cheaters in Warzone. What are you, crazy?
Please do not anyone take this the wrong way. I am not saying I'm on some type of pedestal. I am in some no one is smarter than Zlaner. Oh my god. No one is okay, apparently listen, everyone's smarter than Zlaner, okay? Everyone's smarter. I see you. Stop shooting at me. Stop it.
He's not saying he's Michael Jordan. He's not saying that there aren't people smarter. He's not saying. But essentially, that's what he's saying.
Don't you do it.
Got a guy up on top there.
Not you as well. Come on, guys.
Oh, laser beams. With what looked like auto jump shot, yeah?
What?
I think he's in the other room, mate. He was literally in the wrong place. I don't know where he is. How do I know where he is? I've got my heartbeat sensor out. Put this heartbeat sensor B to mask my walls. Brilliant.
Ah! Dude, was he there the whole time and I just didn't see him? For real?
What a bot. Do you know, watching them C4s back in Verdansk back in the day before their nerf it was just ridiculous. The amount of people I personally killed with those C4s, you know, rebirth for driving past and you throw it 42 meters and it just boom, gets rid of the whole team.
Gotta be on. I feel like movement and aim go hand in hand, dude. You gotta have that good aim, but you gotta have that good movement to back it up. When you're trying to become a good player, you're trying to utilize every single small or big advantage that you can give yourself. And sliding and
every single small or big advantage you can give yourself for $30 a month. Let's be honest, right? There's things being said here that he may well be referring to as in-game advantages, but also If you are trying to be the best at the game and compete at a top level for money, what's stopping you? What's stopping you if you are whitelisted? If you are a creator on the whitelist and protected by the company that develops the game, what is stopping you? Let's be honest. I'm reading between the lines on the things he's saying here. Like, honestly, the guy seems very full of himself, which is fine. Narcissism is a very good trait to have if you are in the content creation space, because you need to love yourself, because there's going to be a lot of haters out there. So you need to be sure of yourself, the things you say, you do, and so on. But also it's good to have backing from the game development company as well.
Jumping, even though it doesn't make you untargetable, you can still get sniped and headshot sniped. At least it makes you a harder target to hit. You know what I mean? And it makes you move faster. Like, you run, if this guy runs in a straight line, I mean, I can barely see him from here, but if this guy was to run in a straight line at me, like, you think that's going to be harder or easier to hit than someone doing, like, freaking, hide behind this box, get behind this one, move over here, get behind this, lay behind this right here. Like, you think that versus, like...
I don't know, Z, what would you say about a player lagging backwards and forwards whilst running out? Would that be hard to track, do you think, rather than somebody running in a straight line? I mean, I don't know, you tell me, what would be easier, what would be harder? Somebody just lagging across your screen and just, like, causing you major problems, but you don't miss a bullet? Side.
Oh, guy right here. Oh, like, that's just, you need to, it needs to all be locked in. It's not just the aim, it's not just the actual, it's also the game sense.
You need to slide cancel, bro.
When a player
Bro.
do chat. Knowing that if there's a guy on this side of the door, I don't know if you guys watched the clip the other day, but I'm going to give you guys a perfect example of a move that we did the other day. It was just a complete mind game. For those of you that haven't seen the clip,
he's just in the middle of a game, though. What he's in the world, he's on 8 kills, right? There's 43 left up, and he's just demonstrating something mid-game. While he's got a bounty up, he knows his location.
But I'm going to give you a good example. So I was right here, and there was a guy. Let's say there's a guy right there. I was shooting at him. He fries me. He gets me down to about 1 plate. I run inside. I know that this guy is going to push up, because that's exactly sort of what I would do. But I just wouldn't do it the way he did it. He's going to push up because he knows I'm weak, right? And what did I do? I waited right here. I had no time to hit plates because he was right there. And right when I knew he was about to open the door, I jumped out before he did. He was going to open the door. I'm behind him. Boom, he's dead. And it's stuff like that, chat. It's about knowing what your enemy's going to be doing before they've even done it. You know what I'm saying?
And how would you know that type of thing, Z? How would you know what your enemy's about to do before they've even done it? How would you be able to determine your enemy's location and whereabouts and what their next move is going to be? Unless you're running ESP? Bit awkward. I feel like he's literally blowing himself up in this video. Maybe he's not. Maybe it's just coincidental. Isn't it always? Millions and millions of coincidences with this guy. Got the UAV up, he's got the bounty over there. The only person showing up on the UAV is the bounty as well.
He was out a rough game.
Just stood there, oh my god.
He doesn't even know what's about to hit him. Look at the movement. Not good enough. Not good enough. Notice how you got to be a little bit trigger. You got to be a little bit triggered.
You got to understand as well, right? At this point in time, there wasn't really much knowledge about people using like a VPN or, you know, NetDoomer routers to get into easier lobbies. That type of thing back then was not common knowledge. And it makes you wonder, if you go back and watch some of the earlier gameplay of some of your favorite content creators, such as Zlaner, such as Iceman Isaac, Mutex, Aiden, anybody, are they using methods? If you go and look at the quality of their opponents within their games, are they bots? Are they in what they deem a bot lobby? Are these guys, you know, in the protected bracket and should never even be competing against the likes of Zlaner? If you watch some of the movement from his opponents in this, from the enemies within the game, it definitely seems like there may have been some sort of reverse boosting or VPN to break the skill-based matchmaking. It is that clear at times.
A little bit light on the trigger sometimes. Sometimes you gotta know. You gotta be like, all right, I'm not gonna shoot yet, because if I shoot now, he's just gonna hide behind the car. You wait for him to move out a little bit. Get him in a position that's not as in his favor. And then boom, then you pepper him. Then you pepper him, Chad.
Some great tips there from Zlaner. Once your field of view is over the enemy and you have prime position, let your aimbot take advantage.
Josh Baker with the 5 gifted subs. Joseph with the 2 months. Joseph
So it would appear this wasn't necessarily intentionally created for this purpose of the inside the mind. It just seems to be an idea that he had whilst talking through his gameplay.
Possibilities are endless. We could do some different little like Warzone 101.
Do you play
Pops a UAV, no one's shown up on it here. Is there an enemy nearby? Does he know there's an enemy nearby? Is that why he pushed all the way to this location, then popped his UAV?
Bro, everyone's ghosted. Oh yeah.
Everyone's ghosted or no one's in the area, which is it?
I have. No, I told you the other week when you told me about it, I was like, wait, I have heard it before. I thought I didn't, and then when I listened to it, I was like, yeah, no, I've heard it. Thank you for the 100, man. Mike, thank you for the 100 as well.
Nitro Luke are insanely good controller gods.
Hey, thank you, Mike. Thank you for the 100, dude.
Even Nitro Luke got a shout out back then. Oh, what? What? You and Nitro Luke, and he says thank you. I mean, was there any hate between Nitro Luke and Zlaner back then? But we've heard more recently that Nitro Luke has claimed that he believes the Zlaner cheats at home, but doesn't cheat at LAN. He claims this about 90% of Warzone streamers, though, not just specifically Zlaner. But it's great to see that back in the day, hey, Nitro Luke was getting shout-outs on Zlaner's stream. Well, it's not great to see. I'm not that bothered, to be honest. And I mean, Nitro Luke's gonna made himself look like an XQC wannabe with his bright blonde hair, hasn't he? Let's continue. Pushing the bounty. Come on, you can get this kill, Z. You could shoot him from there with your MP5, you know. Controller God, sheesh, turn me up, Doc.
No matter how bad they are, doesn't matter if they all stand there and just hip fire me. If 4 of them are shooting at me at the same time, I'm gonna go down like that, right? So what do you want to do? You want to single them out.
Yeah.
You want to know that, okay, they're right here looking at this door. All right, I'm going to draw them out. I'm going to open the door. I'm going to fryer one for a second, come over here. Maybe let him break my plates real quick. Then one's going to push out. Boom, take him out. Running over here.
I think it's fascinating he's doing all of this in the middle of a game, right? 14 kills he's on, 18 up. He even claimed before there were so many people ghosted. And yes, he's doing all this. Is he worried about people being ghosted, or does he know the locations? Ooh.
That's a phenomenal question. I'm going to answer that in just a second. That's a phenomenal question. Okay.
Well, no enemies about. Why is he answering in just a second? Answer it now.
It all depends on if I know I'm going to put myself in a position that's going to get me killed. That's the bottom line of it. If I feel like I can get out and get the finish off in time without getting myself killed or putting myself in a position that's going to get me killed, then that's how I do it. That's how I judge it. That's how I judge finishing someone in a 1v4 situation, instead of giving them a chance to get rezzed again. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to finish everybody. Sometimes you knock someone and you use that as a way to. Should we use the Kar 98 to finish it out here, chat? I don't know. Let's just stick with the kilo for now. You want to be confident.
This isn't the best game, really, is it? Just seems like him rambling on a lot, doesn't it?
Play style. And the only way that's going to happen is by playing the game a shitload and getting really, really used to doing this.
8 hours a day, whoa!
Play style up here in the end game. You want to get into these end games and you want to feel confident. You want to feel just the same way you felt from the beginning. Like if I die running out in the open here, doing what I'm doing, trying to get out in a position, then I die, and that's unfortunate. But at least I wasn't letting it all get to my head. You know what I mean? Because that just happens sometimes. It's a battle royale. Sometimes stuff sometimes stuff just out of your hands. You know what I mean? There's not much you can do, but
yeah.
Making sure you're checking.
Especially with all the cheating that's going on in the game, Z, yeah? The cheating that you said wasn't really a problem earlier on in this video.
Looks like I'm pretty clear here on my right. We got Riot Shield McGee here.
Oh, that was an easy pick.
Sniper and another guy on the right. So that's 2 of
them. But he lasers the sniper. Come on.
One over here on the left. We're gonna get up on this rock. We're gonna lay right down. We're gonna chill out for a sec.
Sniper's got eyes on him there. Now he's got a self-revive.
Boom.
That's 1 down.
Boom.
Another 1 down, self.
Can't get the finish yet again. So we got 2 snipers out to our right.
He's got 2 down at this point, so it's just 1v1 with 2 about to self-revive. See what I mean about the C4s? Hey, them C4s, it's like 3-pointer. Now you can't even get a 2-pointer slam dunk with them. They're that shite.
2v2 situation.
I just want to point something out to you guys. Yeah, Zlaner, you know, the guy who plays 8 hours a day and, you know, talks about inside the mind and, you know, references himself as the LeBron James and the Michael Jordan of Warzone whilst claiming he's not. You know, this guy has just called a 1v1 situation a 2v2 situation. Right? He's in solos. It's a 1v1 situation. Inside the mind. Let's see if he wins this 2v2
on this rock right here. He's gonna most likely move up on this rock. Now he's got to move up really hard. Now here's a move we can use, chat. Here's a move we can use. We can use the zone to our advantage here, chat. Zone's about to go out of the zone. Oh no, see, it's not moving the right way I want it to. We might die. We might die here. Welcome to the exclusive Z-Fam. Not if you're better, though. That's the thing. You're not gonna die in that situation.
I mean, like, the level of opponents throughout the whole game were all just very low. I mean, you go back and check these games, there must be a way to specifically highlight, probably by the number in the bottom left corner, I'm not sure. Sure, if you use warzone.stats.net or whatever the site's called, you can actually use that code to find that specific game and check the lobby KD. Every video that you ever see online from any of these content creators, I'm sure if you use the code in the bottom left corner, if it's not covered up, you can search for that specific game and see what the level of opponents were within it. To me, I mean, he was just talking throughout, but he had the time to actually do that. He mentioned so many things back then, over a year ago, which would come back to haunt him today. So is he the LeBron James of Warzone? Certainly not. Is he the Michael Jordan of Warzone? Definitely not. Is he the Lance Armstrong of Warzone? There's a high possibility. So YouTube, that was Inside the Mind of Zlaner. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button, hit that share button. If you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. If you want to support the channel further, you can hit that blue join button today and become a member of the Triple B fam. Until next time, we'll catch you on the flip side. Peace!